We are live. Hey, 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 Facebook and everyone else. I am so glad to be joining you guys tonight with Dr. Michael Gross.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Michael has a wonderful message, so we're going to keep this really short and sweet because we come to you, we respect your time, and we keep it to 30 minutes, okay? So here we go, Michael. Shall I introduce you? And then you can just let them know what the topic is, okay?
All righty.
All right. I read this because I don't want to miss any golden nuggets about this incredible man that's sitting right on the other side of the screen here. He's an author. Dr. Michael Gross is an author, professional keynote speaker, transformational coach, and an entrepreneur. For more than 3 decades, he's been on a spiritual path as an intuitive, a healer, a spiritual counselor, and an incredible teacher. Through the guidance of spirit, Michael has assisted others in their personal quest for self empowerment, helping them to create the lives that they have long sought and to bring forth their intuitive abilities. Michael currently teaches classes in spirituality, self empowerment, Reiki, and other modalities. And some of those other modalities are really kind of interesting, but you'll have to follow in his classes. Okay, I kind of went off the path here, but I was thinking about a class you did for cellular release. I didn't even know there was a class like that until I took it. Unbelievable. Okay,
Thank,
see, I got off the script already anyway. In concert with Quantum True Source, he has also achieved great success and miraculous healings. Michael remains humble, knowing that the work he does all comes from God, the true source. He lives in Lakewood, Washington, and I am thrilled to pieces to have him with us. He does this every Thursday night at 7. I'm going to put all the contact information in the chat so that everybody can contact you, Michael, because you are such a wealth of knowledge and
well, thank,
inspiration. And take it away, Michael.
thank you. You humble me. Thank you so much for joining us. I know Tiiu is going to put the information and do all the technical work, and thank you for doing all the technical work, Tiiu. I appreciate it. I was wondering what I should discuss about this day, and many of you should know, if you don't know already, this is all channeled. I'm never really sure of what I'm going to talk about. Sometimes it's a little nerve wracking, like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? And all of a sudden, the information comes through. And therefore, I think and I believe that this will be very helpful for you because that which I challenge myself to turn into thoughts and empowerment and words, and vibrations and frequencies, not only help you, but it helps me. And as I was saying, we're going to talk about thoughts. So, looking at the word thought, look at the middle, OUGHT, leave the TH off, ought. So, you have thoughts and ought. And there's a little hint what I'm talking about this evening, because there's something we ought to do. I'm over accentuating, but this is something we need to always do, we ought to do. And your thoughts are controlling your life. Your thoughts are what has made you. Just look at your body. And so we look at our body, and our thoughts are, well, my hair is maybe turning gray, or maybe I got a little wrinkle here, or maybe I got a little roll here. What do they call it? Muffin top? Maybe I got a muffin top here, or something, or my nose is too big, or my lips are too pale, whatever it is. And these thoughts come up. Why? Because you're looking in the mirror and you're seeing less than perfection, whatever your definition of perfection is. But stop for a moment. What if you thought about you are perfect? Well, you just said, Michael, if I have a muffin top, I have wrinkled bags under my eyes, a little gray hair, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I don't look perfect and beautiful. Well, of course, they always say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. But when we look in the mirror, who is our greatest critic? You are, yourself. You're looking in the mirror. I'm this and that. What if your thoughts change to be, I'm a miracle? Think about that. I'm a miracle in action. Let's think about a miracle in action, MIA. Of course, that means, missing in action, but let's call it a miracle in action, MIA. And you are a miracle in action. Well, how would you describe that? Well, look at you. Look at everything you've experienced. But go way, 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 way back before inception. So here you are, a fetus, an energy, a frequency, a vibration, bunch of cells that are being formed into some type of a body. And that body will be a male or female. And look at that miracle in action. These little tiny sperm, only one, sometimes two, get into an egg. Usually one gets into a little tiny egg. And out of it grows a magnificent, wonderful entity or being. So you are a miracle in action. Then, as you grow a little bit older and you look in that mirror, don't see the bags, the eyes that are getting a little tired or gray hair. See yourself as a miracle. What is your definition of a miracle? Well, maybe we all have a little different ones, but I'm going to use a general term. Miracle is something you never expected. Miracle is something that is awe inspiring. A miracle is just something that is so hard to understand and conceive, but you can experience the miracle. Your body is a miracle. Your eyes are a miracle. Your hair is a miracle. Everything about you is a miracle. And if you start to think about yourself, am I a miracle in action? Then what are your possibilities? What are your probabilities? Aren't they unlimited? And you know, that's my branding. You are unlimited. Think about that. Now you're changing your thoughts because we always think of a miracle as something very, very positive. I know there's always somebody out there, well, it might not be positive, some naysayer. The minute you do that, your thoughts are in action. You're going, screech. You're stopping and you're blocking you being a miracle in action. Everything you do is a miracle. The way you digest food, the way you get dressed, the way you sleep, the way you run, walk, it's a miracle. What's beautiful about miracles and actions, they can be enhanced. How are they enhanced? With your thoughts again. You are your thoughts. You ever hear that expression? Thoughts are things. Yep, probably most of you have heard that. Thoughts are things. Now you realize if thoughts are things, I'm a miracle in action. Well, what's propelling, what's moving this miracle in action? Your thoughts. Oh, well, it's my thoughts. Then if I'm a miracle and now I'm understanding I am unlimited, what does that mean? It means you can do or be or become anything. Most of us reach a point in life where we're tired. I've done this all my life. I want to take a rest. And want to know what? There's nothing wrong with it. Take a rest. How long do you rest? Aye, that's the rub, as Shakespeare would say. How long is it long enough? Whatever you need to regenerate yourself. What would be the optimum time? Probably a day or two. Just treat yourself as a miracle in action. Do something frivolous, joyous, happy without thinking about it. Being spontaneous. That allows your body to regenerate. Come back with new enthusiasm. Like, yes, this is great. This is wonderful. What happens to most of us is that we become logged down with a fear or a doubt or a block. Thoughts again, thought ought, and you're becoming that. But now, if you think of yourself as a miracle in action, it means the possibilities are unlimited. Now, let's enhance that. So, by the laws of manifestation, you wake up in the morning. Well, most of us wake up in the morning and go, pit stop. So if you go to the restroom, take care of that problem, or maybe quickly, shortly thereafter. Then you begin to organize your day. You got to get this done, that done, this done, this done. Oh, got to go shopping, and then you can't rest, and then you're all fired up. You're overwhelmed. You got all this stuff to do. You're at work, people are calling you, and you go, 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 go. And how do I know this? Hello, I'm guilty of it many mornings. So, what if we turned around and said, what would my thoughts be in the morning? What would make my heart sing? So, think about singing, singing in the rain. What would make you happy and joyous? Those thoughts, that's individual. Maybe just resting for a few minutes. Maybe closing your eyes and have a cup of tea or coffee or a shake or whatever you do. Maybe it's just lying in bed and just drifting about something that makes you happy. Now you're becoming a miracle in action. Because if you think of something that makes you happy, like, I don't know, sometimes I like to walk in the rain. So what if I get wet? I'll wear a raincoat. So what? Who cares? But some people, oh, walk in the rain, I'll get sick, I'll get a cold. You're right. You're going to get sick and cold. Because what are your thoughts? You are manifesting getting sick and cold. Are you manifesting I'm getting old? Are you manifesting this or that? It's really interesting. And when I have any dental work done, sometimes, dental work is not my favorite, everybody. Sometimes it's a little uncomfortable, putting it mildly. But many times when I had a cavity and they're drilling, they think I'm sleeping. What am I doing? My thoughts are, I'm not going to be part of this pain or this discomfort. I'm kind of meditating. As you know, my favorite meditation and the words that I use, inhaling dream and exhaling heaven. And I begin to leave my body. They think I'm sleeping. I may hear the whirling of the drill, but I don't feel a gosh darn thing. Why? Because my thoughts are not on the discomfort. My thoughts are dream heaven, makes me joyous, makes me happy. That's where we need to go in life. Look around us. How much positivity do you really hear about life? You know, think about that. Most of the time, remember the old cliche in the news, if it bleeds, it leads. Oh, there was this, there was that. And that's sad. And I was just looking at Florida, who had a huge hurricane. And it's really sad to see everything destroyed and boats all over the place, homes destroyed. But then I think about miracle in action. These people are alive. Most of them, if not all of them, survived. What a great gift. What a great gift. Because they could not be with us at this time. And one of the miracles in action is your life. Think about everything you have experienced, all the ups and downs, everything that occurred. And yet you're still here. You're listening to me. You're still with your family, friends, or relatives. And if we look for one little thing in our life every day with our thoughts, that brings us joy. I love watching the sun out. I love the breeze. I love watching my puppy or cat play. I love getting up in the morning and giving someone a hug. I love going to work. I'm going to help one person, maybe one, maybe two, but just one. And you're going to change their lives. And in the process, you are changing your lives. My favorite other expression, I have a whole bunch of them, by the way. And some of them is sometimes I'm the teacher and you're the student. And sometimes you're the teacher and I'm the student. And I always held myself clearly to that thought. Because when I listen to somebody and they're pushing my button, and they could, I go, okay, you're teaching me something. What am I supposed to learn from this? I've mentioned this before, but when you're angry, you're not angry at the next person. You're angry at you because you're allowing yourself to be emotional. So easy to push everything off. Your fault, your fault, your fault. I'm innocent. Nothing goes wrong. I'm perfect. Well, we all know about that. I haven't put you to sleep in my little tune. But more importantly is, yeah, you are perfect, ever growing more perfect. And how do we learn? Verbally? Yes. We learn verbally. Someone talks to us audibly because we're hearing the verbalization with our eyes. What's the other way? I would bet 80% of the people, and I have no way of substantiating this, 80% learn by experience. But maybe it's lower or higher, whatever it is. Certainly, I have embellished and embraced all that. But I've reached a point in my life now, yeah, I'm not going to argue with you because you're right. And I don't have to prove you right by me falling flat on my face. So I'm not going to go there. But you need to understand is that there's nobody in charge of your life, not your emotions, not your mom, dad, family, husband, wife, teachers, educators. You are. And innately, you know what's right and wrong. You have to listen to that. Tiiu, you wanted to say something.
Do. Thank you for that minute. The quote that keeps rolling by through my head is, and I'm sorry, Michael, I don't think it's yours. But what I hear is, you make your choices, and then your choices make you.
Correct.
And
Well put.
and I'd like to have you address that a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you.
So everything in life is a choice, right? We choose what time we get up, what we have for breakfast, we have for lunch, how we interact with other people, what kind of work we do. But sometimes we feel trapped and we can't move. But isn't that a choice? A choice should be something that brings joy, happiness, love, whatever you so desire it to be, but nothing that is arduous and painful. You have the right to say no. But here's what the average person goes. You doubt it, you got to examine it, you got to dissect it, you got to pull it apart, then you put it back together again. Then you ask 47,000 different people, which you get 46,998 different opinions. Now, of course, I'm exaggerating here, but you understand that's what we do. Nobody knows better what's right for you than yourself. If you ask somebody for an opinion, what do you think of this idea? They'll give you what they thought. So let's say you flip a coin, they say 50% of the time it's heads, 50% of the time it's tails. So you ask somebody that is a mentor, somebody that really knows something, and they're going to give you thoughts, okay? And I try to, when someone asks me questions, I give them several thoughts, unless I intuitively say this is a disaster, which sometimes I do. But more importantly is you want to ask yourself, will this make my heart sing? Will this bring joy and happiness? And is it worth the risk? Because every decision is a risk. It's a risk when you get up in the morning that you're not going to slip and fall. It's a risk when you go to work, you're not going to be stuck in traffic. It's a risk that when you go to work, everybody's going to be unhappy or happy. Everything's a risk. But are you going to give up your power, your emotions to the risk? Or are you going to say, no, this feels right? I can't tell you how many times I go to work, there's different highways and streets we can take. And about 90% of the time, I ask my soul and higher self what's the best route to take. The 10% now want to go this way in here. Mm-mm. And there's an accident or something happens or makes me late. Okay, I should have listened to myself. But even that's valuable because you learn something. See, in life, it's all about what we are to learn and how our thoughts create our reality. And thoughts are creating our reality 24/7. And I want all of you to think about, oh, I'm too tired to do that. Congratulations. You're manifesting that. Or this is going to be too difficult. Congratulations. You manifested that. Now, sometimes we're challenged with certain things. And I am really challenged with computer software. I am. And if I really put my mind to it and wish to do it and desire to do it, I will conquer it. It might take me longer than other people, but I will accomplish it. Of course, the way software is going, by the time you learn it, there'll be something new, and you're always playing catch up the way things are going. What if you had the thought, I'd like to understand how this works, but it's too tedious for me? How can I get some help to have someone do the things that are too tedious because I don't have much interest in it? That's another thought. What's going to happen? Remember, thoughts are things. So you're going to say it's tedious. So you're not going to put much time into it. You may block yourself. And then you finding a solution. You turn the page. I'm finding someone who loves to do it. And if they love to do it, then they're happier than that expression than a clam. I'm happy that they're doing it. There's this exchange of energy because we're doing some kind of exchange. Whether I'm exchanging them with the work I do, they work, they do, I pay them, whatever it is, or both. Everybody's happy. I made them happy. I made me happy. See, that's the major thought in life. What makes me happy at nobody else's expense but my expense? What does that really mean? Well, sometimes when you say at your expense, it's arduous, difficult, or punishing, or whatever. But if I do it at my expense, my feelings are, well, I'm not going to give up doing something I dislike because I like what I'm doing now. The technical part is I choose not to learn that, so I'm going to hire somebody or have someone do that. But at my expense, I'm bringing joy and happiness. Cost my expenses of doing what brings joy or makes my heart sing. Listen to your thoughts. Listen to what you're feeling. You get up in the morning, and I was meeting someone for lunch today. Oh boy. So there's something called the Washington State Fair here. And it began, the roads are back up. Supposedly they have millions of people that go through it. And I guess today may have been the first day. I go, oh boy, there's traffic. Well, I'm going to be a few minutes late. And then I asked Spirit to expand time, and I met my friend for lunch. I was about 8, 9 minutes late, maybe 10. And he knows what I order for a salad. And there's the salad sitting on the table, on the plate. He ordered for me because he knows I always order this salad. And after we have this salad, then, we have some type of entree, but whatever it is. And they got, yep, I got it my own way. I let everything happen. Get it? I got out of my own way and let everything happen. I was in the flow of things. I didn't ask my friend to order my salad. He just did it and thought, Michael's running a little late. I know he's going to be hungry. I'll order the salad and he can order the entree. And what were my thoughts? I'll get there when I get there. It's the fair and people are having fun. Instead of grumble, grumble, grumble. Your thoughts are things. Your emotions are things. Give up trying to control everything with your thoughts. Remember, in the morning, think about something happy. Think about what makes your heart sing. Think of something joyous. Close your eyes and just see yourself as happy. Just happy. That's it. You don't have to know what makes you happy. Well, why don't I have to know that? There's something called your soul, S-O-U-L. Your soul knows exactly what makes you happy. And you are always communicating with your soul 24/7. And guess what? Your friends, family, relatives, those you care about are picking up your thoughts of the soul, just like my friend did, to order the salad. One day I was thinking, I think I'd like to go out to dinner. All of a sudden, a friend calls me up. Hey, let's do some work at your house. Sure. You know what? Let's go to dinner. That's great. I didn't know he was going to ask me to dinner, but my thoughts are, I'd like to go to dinner. And here this friend calls. Life is so simple, everyone, that we have to turn around and make it very difficult. Your thoughts, your thoughts, your thoughts are what motivates you, what stops you, what blocks you, what creates unhappiness, sadness, loss, joy, happiness, prosperity, abundance, and excitement, positive excitement. That's the message I'm trying to relay to all of you, that you are in control of your thoughts. Many times when we listen to the news today, and it's really not the news anymore, by the way, it's somebody else's opinion, which I'm fine with as long as they say that's my opinion. And of course, they won't say that, but you're smart enough to figure it out. Those of you who are listening now, right now, even those who will maybe listen to it later, I would like you to post some thoughts, what I'm talking about, your thoughts. What are you gaining from this? What are you learning from this? And how are you going to change your life right now, this moment, this second, as you're listening to me? Because we need to understand that. We need to understand that any chaos anywhere that exists has to do with our thoughts and emotions. Now, if you're trying to say scientifically this is going to happen, scientifically this is going to happen, let's call it the science of emotions or energy of emotions. I know there are some of you that might argue with me, but there was many years ago, there was a man named Art Bell. So Art Bell used to be on from 10 o'clock till 1 or 2 in the morning. And many times I was teaching class and I would listen to him on the drive home because class would get out around 9:30 and it was an hour drive and I would listen to him. And so he decided to do a test. By the way, he had tens of thousands, not a million followers. And he said there was a drought in the Midwest. So I want to do a test. On Wednesday night, we're all going to think rain in the Midwest. We're going to think it's going to rain. It's all we're going to do. Midwest is dry. Let's put our thoughts on rain and everybody's happy. Well, Thursday it started to rain. And Friday it started to rain. And Saturday it started to rain. And there was almost flooding. And he said, I'll never do this again. And I wanted to reach him and say, here's the thought: perfect rain for perfect time and perfect amount. What would ever happen? They would have maybe rain for 3 days, but there would be no flooding at all. But the point was, is he had everybody thinking the thoughts of rain and rain, because there was no rain forecasted for that area in this foreseeable 2 or 3 weeks. And all of a sudden it rained. So when we look at our planet right now, we look at the chaos. What are our thoughts? It's chaotic, it's depressing, this is inflation, all these things. And you know what you're doing unintentionally, right? You are adding to it by your thoughts, your doubts, your fears, and anxiety. Everything, everything that exists in this planet is created by your thoughts and your beliefs and by your energies. I'd like you to think about that. Think about it. So understand that there's no one in control of your life but you. Even letting yourself be in control by someone else, it's your thought and your agreement to allow that to happen. Stop each moment now and looking right now. What brings you joy and happiness? Where are your thoughts? And remember MIA, because you are unlimited. So there's some things we'd like to share with you at this time. And I'm really excited. Each Tuesday evening, as you know, we do what we call Words of Wisdom. And that goes from 6:30 p.m. Pacific time to 7:30 p.m. I deliver a 10-minute message. We have over 300 of them. And what's beautiful about this is these words of wisdom that I'm speaking with you tonight. This is Soul Awakening on Tuesday night. Tuesday night, as you ask any questions about spirituality, hopefully I can answer them, and then I deliver a message. And I want to invite all of you, because what happens is all our thoughts are, I'm exciting. I'm going to hear something exciting. I'm going to remember or learn something new exciting. And then your vibrations raise and you get excited and you go, gosh, that was really great. What a great experience. It's like doing something that brings you joy. This case, it's your soul that's jumping up and down. Yes, 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 yes. So Tiiu, give them that information.
Okay, the Tuesday night number to call is 202 926 1059, and the access code, Michael.
125446 pound.
One more time. It's a great call. Everybody should be dialing in and asking you questions because you're phenomenal with this. It's 202 926 1059, and the access code
125446 pound. And using the same telephone number, same codes, the second Saturday of every month from 9:55 a.m. to 11:01, we do a mass consciousness healing. Very dear to my heart, very dear. So for the first 3 to 5 minutes or less, you introduce yourself, who you are. I chat with you a little bit, and then approximately 11:01, 11:03, we go into silence until about 10:58, and then I talk a little bit, maybe for a minute or two, play some music, and watch the magic for you, for how you feel and how your month goes. In order to access that, the same code, same telephone number. Go ahead, Tiiu.
I'll give it one time this time. It's 202 926 1059, and the code, Michael.
125446 pound. And I call it the replay or repeat. So here you're in a car. You're depressed. You're angry. Or you're frustrated with traffic. Or who knows? And there are 300 messages. You don't have to know what message number is important to you. Why? Because your soul knows. It's somewhere between 3 and 300. Can I tell you how many people will call me up and say, I played number 117. I didn't know what it was. It's just what I needed to hear, Michael. Just do that. You'll hear motivational messages. They're 10 to 12 minutes long, and it really will create a lot of thinking in your mind. Now, some of this you may know, and I heard people say that. I said, yeah, but isn't it great to be reminded? They said, yeah. I thought about it or knew it, but it's great to be reminded. So access that information is, go ahead,
The number is 434 300 4170, and the code, Michael?
125446 pound.
Okay, one more time. 434 300 4170, and the code?
125446 pound. Just remember, it'll ask you for what number, and it goes from number 3 to approximately 301. So everyone, I encourage you to listen to it. It'll bring you a lot of happiness. Now, one further thing. Yes.
Wait. Make sure if you don't catch that number, just go to Dr. Michael B. Gross on YouTube. Everything is being put right there in his YouTube channel, and we'd love to have you subscribe to that. And you'll find all the recordings, not only for his 10-minute messages, but for the Zooms that we've been doing these lives for over 2 years now, Michael.
All
So
right.
all of that's there too, and I just had to give you a plug for that. Dr.
Thank you.
Michael B. Gross.
Yes. Be gross. Be there. Anyway, thank you for reminding everyone. And I want to talk to you about Tiiu's book, Healing the Holes in Your Soul. Again, you've heard a lot about her, a lot about the book, but it's all about her surviving and going through the winds of pain, stress, hurricanes, tornadoes. That's a figure of speech into the light of love. It's a must read. It'll change your life. And it is inspirational.
However, start with this book, because this is Dr. Michael Gross's actually second edition of the Spiritual Primer. And when I got my hands on this book and I met this amazing man, because of this book and this gentleman next to me, the book he's holding is actually in existence. I would not have written that one at all had it not been for the work and everything I've learned from you, Michael. I'm so blessed to be part of your life. Thank you.
Thank you. It's blessed to have you in my life. Everyone, we want you to know we're not in the business to sell books. And what we are doing, we are giving a service to help empower you to create love and joy in your life. And what better way is to read these books and to be inspired. So think about that. Thank you, Sarah, very much. By the way, my book is not on Amazon. The first one was, the one isn't. I'll get around to sending more books to Amazon. But if you want one, just go in the chat or go to drmichaelgross.com. No, we'll change it. That's my website, but go to drmichaelgross1 at gmail.com. drmichaelgross1 at gmail.com. Small d, no capital, no periods, and just put a note and say you'd like a book. All right, everyone. So I want all of you to know. Yes,
It's the only way you're going to get a signed copy of it, too.
that's true. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, everyone, I want to wish you a great week. I wish you happiness. I wish you joy. And just know that Tiiu and I do this because we love you. And remember, you are unlimited. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good week.
Invite your friends next